On.
We're live. I took a sip right as we went live.
We're live.
Is everyone here with us? I see some activity in the chat room. Let me just test. How about chat room? Can you hear us? Can you see us? I never know if things are working.
Chat room, do you love us?
Okay, good. They can hear us. Great. How are you, Josh?
I'm all right. Adjusting my camera.
Are you on? Are the kids streaming many movies right now? Because you're not only is your resolution low, but your audio doesn't match your face.
No one is streaming anything.
That's so weird.
Let me see if I happen to accidentally be on the Xfinity while I am not.
Yeah, you're bad.
All right, I can sign off and sign back on.
Okay, do that. All right, everyone. Hi, it's just me. We lost Josh. So we'll keep hanging on. I couldn't even understand him. It would have been impossible to have a conversation. How's everyone? So let's close my email. That's less distracting. Let's see. People are joining. Josh is restarting. I would vamp, but man, it's been a long Monday. The garbage trucks to pick up our garbage came at like 6 in the morning, which is very unusual, and I'm very tired. My hoodie does just say baseball because it's just about baseball, the love of baseball. I used to have a baseball hat that said baseball on it with American flag. No bracket. I don't really get into college sports. I will vamp about baseball for the next hour if you want me to. I'm just seeing what's going on. And opening day is almost here. I have a countdown on my monitor. I'm gonna let's see here. Sorry, I'm getting all kinds of messages.
Any better?
That's better.
Okay. I checked. Nobody's doing anything.
Oh, here's Ron.
Hello. I'm sorry. I thought we were at 9:30. The time zone change.
That doesn't make sense.
The time zone hasn't changed.
It is on my calendar at 8:30. My apologies.
I was hoping you would get here before Josh came back because he had to reboot because his computer was bad. We could have talked about baseball and then it could have been the baseball hangout.
We can talk about baseball. That's fine.
I gotta go.
Connor and Ron's baseball preview.
Hey everybody!
Hi.
Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. I was starting to sweat because both of you showed up right on time. I was like, I can't do this for an hour by myself.
Yes, you can.
I'm glad I checked in with you because I wanted to say hello. And I was watching TV and I was about to start watching the good fight. And then I said, let me just check my phone. So.
All right. So let's start with Atlanta Braves. We'll go alphabetically.
All right. There's not a lot to talk about there. My prediction is that they will be at the bottom of the NL East.
All right. We won't do this to Josh. So.
I'm cool. I'm just going to tidy up around here.
So we have a couple of topics we wanted to talk about this week.
Topics.
Topics.
So I don't know why everyone's laughing so hard.
That was pretty good because it was like ratings, but topics.
But this shows
that is it.
Topics.
What kind of Monday we've all had?
Oh, it was. Did you have one too?
I was just telling them that. This is nothing compared to Josh's Monday, but
Josh had a Monday.
The garbage trucks that pick up my garbage came an hour and a half early, so they were here at 6.
But did they also pick up Grant Gustin's garbage?
Shh. Anyway, let's talk about movies. So since the last Hangout happened, Josh, ever topically watched. Did he just leave?
No, he's here.
He's back. He's back.
Sorry.
So Josh, since the last Hangout, saw Black Panther and he saw Justice League. Justice League he watched on a plane monitor, which probably didn't make much difference.
I don't think it suffered from it.
Which monitor was? What kind of plane was it? There's a big JetBlue monitor,
JetBlue.
The
So
new JetBlue or the old JetBlue?
New.
Oh, the new one. Here's the thing about the new JetBlue entertainment system, and I'll give JetBlue kudos for this. That not only are the movies free now, but there is a great selection of like art. Like I watched that thing you do.
That was a great selection of TV shows.
Wait. Aside. I have to do this.
Topics.
So topics. Tom Everett Scott just showed up on ER for a few episodes. He's Abby's sister. And boy, I don't know if anybody has ever captured young Hanks in the way that he did at that point.
That was that moment in time when like he's the future.
He was touted as the next Tom Hanks. Yeah. I remember specifically in Entertainment Weekly they were calling him the next Tom Hanks.
He was he's too similar to Hanks. Like there was because he was supposed to be manic, so he was like like that, and you're like, oh, that's too much.
Hanks. Have that Hanks, that je ne sais quoi.
Yep.
And I just saw him on something, but it was
really
a thing where I saw him and I was like, oh man,
yep,
you're guest spotting on this random show.
So it was something recently. It was something that we both watch.
Yeah,
it was that thing he did.
It was that thing he was in.
I'm looking it up. right now.
I mean, he was fine in it, but I was just like, oh, you were going to be the next Tom Hanks.
That's like recently when. Do you remember? Here's one from the past. Do you remember Corinne Bohrer?
Nope.
You made those two words up.
Corinne Bohrer. She was on the show Emergency Room in the sitcom that George Clooney was also on. That was about an ER, but was a comedy that Elliot Gould was in.
Was it also called ER?
It was called ER. It was called Emergency Room, I believe.
Yeah.
Or ER. But she was on The Flash recently as a villain.
What was he in?
I don't know that rates the same as the Tom Everett Scott, since none of us have heard of her.
He was in La La Land.
Yeah, he was the husband at the end. But what was
she was not supposed to be the next.
He was absolutely in something that we both watched, and it's not on IMDb.
I'm not seeing it. Wow, that's weird. Did we have a group hallucination?
That's weird. Because I honestly remember him. I'm like, oh, it's Tom Everett Scott.
Yeah. That's a group hallucination situation.
He's an NG-dat. Nearly G-dat.
All right, let's.
All right. I didn't know where that was going, but
so let's get back to. All right, let's switch topics since you just brought it up.
Topics.
We had a GDAT we wanted to nominate.
Topics. Oh, do we? I think we have several, don't we? Or
are there several?
We're opening up the books.
Open up the books.
Yeah.
Right, I got my little paper here to write down. The first nominee is Allison Janney.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, this is like the post Oscars.
And this was before the Oscars.
It was, absolutely.
And I brought this up. It was right after I saw I, Tonya, and I was like, "What? We're missing a huge problem. This is a huge problem here." Because Allison Janney is full on GDAT, and hearing them talk about her specifically on the West Wing Weekly, like the cast members, she's the one that every single one of them is like, she's amazing.
She's amazing. She's the best.
It's like the first time that if you watch like all the extras on Seinfeld, you're like, oh, Julie Louis-Dreyfus is the funniest person. Like you don't realize it until like later.
Hold on. Hey, Carrie. Allison Janney just got voted in as a GDAT. She just went, yes. And then she said, why wasn't she already? Yeah.
No excuse.
No
excuse.
All right. So Allison Janney's in. Following the Oscars, Sam Rockwell.
Can I tell you something? I think it was last night, maybe the night before, Saturday night. I'm watching the 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, which
props for the whole title.
Yeah. Well, Lindsay and I made a lot of jokes about that. Like every time they come, I go, wait, hold on. 1, 2. Where is that? That's okay. It's just out. It's not in, just outside. And then they burned down. And I was like, So what is this movie about now? Anyway, so I'm watching it and it's fine. Like there's things that are good about it. There's things I don't like about it. But after, I guess this is a spoiler. I'm going to make this not a spoiler, but Rockwell's character is burned. He's burned. And then a short while later, he goes outside to smoke a cigarette and he lights the match or the lighter or whatever. And he's about to he looks down and goes, and then he goes on and he lets it, and I laugh for 2 minutes straight.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I would have given him a GDAT after Galaxy Quest, which was his first role.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He has a limited resume, right? Like he's not like. But name one thing he was in where he hasn't been mystified. Like he's
or name a time when you saw his name and you were like, oh man, Sam Rockwell's in this.
He's the best thing on the screen. So
Iron Man 2 is not true. He needs to tone it back.
No. Iron Man 2 with the stuff on the hands, he was the best thing of Iron Man 2.
I didn't like anything about that movie though, and I haven't seen it.
I've scrubbed it from my brains.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, all right. So it sounds like I'm a yes. Sounds like Connor's a yes. Josh,
I feel like there's something holding me back on this one, but I want to say yes.
Let's see.
I mean, he has an Oscar now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like the thing is that there's the one thing.
What's the one thing?
Being Sam Rockwell.
No.
Can you give me some examples where he got outside of that?
Moon.
That I can be convinced.
Frost Nixon.
The Green Mile.
I don't remember Green Mile very much. That's the first Batface Hanks.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. He channeled Chuck Barris.
He was Rockwell in that. I loved it, but he was Rockwell in that.
How well do you know Chuck Barris?
I mean, we used to hang out a little bit, but I haven't talked to him in a while.
He nailed that. He nailed Seven Psychopaths. He was great in.
I didn't like that. I didn't finish it. Guest star.
She hates being on camera. I don't know. I think he goes beyond doing. Remember him and Frost Nixon with the I'm not going to shake his hand bit? Like that was great. He was very good. That's a movie that I wish that I knew better. Like I've seen it a few times, but like I should love that. You should hang out with him more. You don't call.
Well, the thing is that Chuck Barris won't leave me alone.
So what are we saying here?
I feel like if I'm saying yes, I'm sort of saying yes to make you guys happy.
No, you should have your own convictions.
Yeah,
the courage of your convictions.
I'm asking I want to be convinced, but I'm not convinced that there's not like the next level thing. Because the thing is, Moon? 3 Billboards Out of Ebbing, Mississippi. I didn't love that movie. I was kind of bored by it, but I only saw it the once.
All right, well, that's a no then.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
We're giving it.
He hasn't voted yet. Hang on.
I haven't
Price is
voted.
Right X's.
I need to work on it. I like him a lot, but I'm not sure that I'm over the hump. I mean, I'm at 80. No problem.
Well, that's easy.
Right.
So clearly, you don't put much faith in an Oscar win, then.
No. You ever heard of a little movie called Dances with Wolves?
Yeah, it's a terrific.
Don't remind me of that.
It's a GDAT.
I have another GDAT that's not presented by me, but was somebody said on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I thought we should raise it. Hang on, I want to give credit to whoever said it. Josh, you do your nominee, and then we'll come back to this one.
Oh, mine was Allison Janney, but I do have another one in that same vein. I mean, Frances McDormand.
She's already in, buddy.
She is? We did that?
She was the last.
Okay, good.
Last time.
Yeah.
You need a refresher of the list.
Probably.
Yes, let's hear it. Can we look in the court record?
Yeah,
I have like 15 browsers open. Where did I open this?
It's tagged. I tagged it in Patreon.
No, I know. I literally just opened it in a browser, and I have.
I have the one from the community from Twitter, and then I have another one myself as well too.
All right, hold on. Let me open a new browser. Currently,
it's gonna be hard to read this list every time we open the books.
I know it's not that long, but it's long.
Hey guys, margarita.
Nice.
It's a Monday, for God's sakes.
Yes, it is.
All right. Current list.
You should see the size of the screw they pulled out of the tire of our car.
Tom Hanks, Bill Murray, George Clooney, Mel Brooks, Jeff Bridges, Denzel, Robert Downey Jr. I'm sorry, Robert De Niro. Wow. Carol Burnett, Jennifer Lawrence, Lily Tomlin, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Gene Hackman, Jack Nicholson, Robert Redford, Sally Field, Al Pacino, Dustin Hoffman, Alan Alda, Morgan Freeman, Christopher Lloyd, Danny DeVito, The Rock, Dick Van Dyke, Steve Martin, Michael Keaton, Paul Rudd, Jeff Goldblum, John Goodman, Frances McDormand, and Allison Janney.
All right.
Is Jennifer Lawrence in danger of losing her? Is that possible?
Never.
Never. Once you're in, you're in. Someone recently asked me, "Can you lose GDAT status due to poor work?" I said, "No. Once you're in, you're in."
Yeah.
So, all right. So here's the one. Someone, David Monroe said on Twitter back early March, he wanted a ruling on Michael Shannon.
No.
Yeah, and I said no. I said not there. I said not there yet.
Also he's creepy.
Yeah.
It's difficult to have that status and be creepy. And creepy is strength in his instance, but not for this.
Here's my nominee that also came reminded from the Oscars, Rita Moreno.
I'd have to recuse myself. I don't really, other than Oz, I don't really. And don't say What's Side Story because I've never seen it and I don't care.
Wow.
That's tragic.
I could recuse though. Like I have no.
Need 3. It's got to be 3.
I mean, you don't believe in an Oscar, but do you believe in an EGOT?
I mean, it's important. I just don't care.
Right.
I liked her in Oz well enough.
Is that enough?
No.
The woman won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
Do you put Sam Rockwell right up there with all of those names that Connor just read? Does he actually hold up to those names?
He holds up. If you ask me, past Jennifer Lawrence and The Rock.
Paul Rudd.
I was thinking that's the closest sort of.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd, but we just really like him.
Right. He's got that going for him.
Someone brings up a good point in the chat room. Did we say no to Harrison Ford?
No, I feel like is he not on the list?
No.
Oh, we have to put him in.
Okay.
I mean,
right?
He's
not creepy, he's grumpy. That's right.
He's Han Solo, he's Indiana Jones, he's Dr. Richard Kimball, he's
really after Indiana Jones, you're good.
I have one moment in time that
Jack Ryan,
Harrison Ford should be put in at the red carpet event of The Force Awakens. The social media team from the channel Freeform was there asking stars to say hello to Freeform, and they got Harrison Ford to do it. And it's possibly the greatest 4 seconds of video you've ever seen. What's up, Freeform?
I think he's in because of his grumpiness. He doesn't give a shit about that bullshit.
Yep.
He wants to get paid and he wants to act.
Yep.
All right, so is that it?
Yeah.
Janney, yes. Rockwell, no. Ford, yes.
Josh still hasn't voted on Rockwell.
I haven't, but it's not looking good.
You just come on.
I want to say yes.
So then say yes.
Who is Ron got kicked and not let in that we wanted to let in?
Oh god.
We didn't keep track of the no's, did we?
No.
I know, but I always feel like I'm the guy who doesn't.
You are.
Who's not with you guys.
He said no to
Harry
Meryl
Dean
Streep.
Stanton. You said no to Harry Dean Stanton.
He said no to Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy.
I agree with that.
What's up, Freeform?
Harrison Ford rescued people with his helicopter.
Oh no, he's great. He's amazing. He's an American treasure.
And I like that he's put in zero effort to any acting role he's ever done since then.
No, he was great in Blade Runner, man. Come on.
He was great. He was great in Blade Runner, and that was actually the only thing I liked about that movie. I was like,
Can we play video on this or no? We can't. Can we? How does this work? Oh wait, I think we can. Hang on a second.
Make sure you don't have any porn in your tabs.
Don't have to worry about that. Hang on a second.
Man W.
It's a 2-second clip. Let's see if this works. All right, here we go. Application window.
This is exciting.
All right, can you see this?
I can see it.
All right, can you hear this? Ready?
No, we didn't hear it, but the picture was worth it alone.
Look how annoyed he looks.
He's trying to play the game, though. That's what's great about him. He's like, all right, I don't like. That's the most you can get from him. He's giving you his all there.
That's great.
He's also probably high to his gills.
Well, that's what is. Was it on Star Wars Minute or what was it on? Where like somebody was talking to the limo driver they'd pick him up in the morning and he'd just be baked the entire time.
Kirby?
Is it Bruno Kirby?
What? No, Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap.
No. Sorry. No, somebody was
called Yes I Can. If Frank says it's okay. No, yes, you're right. And so I think it was Star Wars. He came down with a he broke his pipe or something like that.
Yeah.
And he came down with a pot with the weed was in it with a towel over it and was like huffing it. Like, so
I was trying to figure out where I would have heard that, but I know it's, and I don't know why, but that just didn't strike me as him. But I'm like, okay, now it colors everything I think about him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's always baked.
Yeah.
Okay, so
all right, so we're closing the books.
I think the lack of Sam Rockwell is a goddamn tragedy right here.
Goddamn
and
American tragedy.
Is Josh can recuse himself or is that a no?
No, we can't do recusal. We can't.
I'm gonna hold it open. I'm not ready to rule on this. I think I need further. No one's convincing me. I'm not punting. I'm delaying. I'm delaying decision.
I thought Rita Moreno would be a slam dunk.
I've literally no.
She's currently on a hits Netflix show. The woman is a. What is
a hit Netflix show?
You have no idea. No one knows those shows are.
So she's on Oz. She's in West Side Story, which I never saw, and some Netflix show. By the way, my radiator has a Netflix show. It's not.
Listen, Netflix keeps calling.
I know. I got just 4 meetings with them this week.
So she's currently in One Day at a Time on Netflix, which has gotten.
Oh wait, is Schneider at GDAT?
Schneider might be a GDAT.
What about do we have Chevy Chase?
I think someone
Canadian?
did with Chevy Chase. He's not Canadian. He's from Maryland.
Oh yeah, no, but he's a jerk.
So I'm sure half the list are jerks.
True. I do like old Chevy Chase.
When I watched recently, we watched Fletch and Caddyshack, and we're like,
Fletch is great.
We were like, he's really very charming. Like
he's terrific in those movies.
That was the point where he was actually like verging on sex symbol a little bit, which was weird.
Oh, for sure.
And then he goes the other way where like, man, I relate to Clark Griswold these days.
No,
then he came back and he did Community.
Anybody who bashes Chevy Chase has never was not alive in the 80s because he was the biggest comedy star.
He was, Spies Like Us.
The best comedy star.
Three Amigos. Come on. Oh my God. The pinnacle of the Saturday Night Live into the 80s comedy generation. The climax is
it was him and Eddie Murphy.
Three Amigos.
Him and Eddie Murphy.
I like
two
Three
biggest
Amigos.
comedy stars.
Whoa.
We've been through this.
No, we haven't. How do you not like Three Amigos?
I just didn't like it when I saw it when I was whatever, and I've never gone back and watched it again.
This is back to Josh not liking fun at all.
No, I don't like exactly the same thing that you love.
Three Amigos is the best. Why did I even come back to this? I was watching TV.
Bavangul.
Bava Napoli. All right.
You made that one up.
Are we going to vote on Chevy Chase?
I mean,
I got to say yes. Steve Martin's already in, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, if he's in, Chevy Chase has to be in.
All right, Chevy Chase. And unfortunately for Martin Short, he's Canadian.
Yep.
Although he's a delight.
He's a wonderful delight.
I'm gonna do my research. We're gonna have some discussions. We're gonna come back the next time we do this, and we're gonna have a decision on the Rockwell
and the Moreno. I'm gonna give you a watch list.
No, that's not gonna happen.
She was in The King and I, for Christ's sake.
Yul Brynner. He's dead.
All right, next topic.
All right, so back to the beginning.
Topics.
Josh saw Black Panther. Josh saw Justice League. Which one would you like to discuss first?
I will now strip from you the power.
Oh, don't do that, please. Please don't do that.
Black Panther.
Please stop.
I say it to my kid all the time, and he's like, he does exactly the same thing you just did. Please stop. And now return to you the power.
Let's do Justice League first.
All right. I'm very curious to hear what Josh thought.
Josh, what'd you think?
It was a movie. I was shocked that the very first thing I saw was the weird lip thing. I thought that I was going to have to wait for it.
No, it's right out of the gate. Right out of the gate.
It's like the first thing you see, which is a bad lead off.
First of all, I think you should, when you need some audio background, listen to the show we did about it, because I think our thoughts will be similar to yours. But that is the most bizarre way to start a movie. I mean, no one looked at that and said, "Wait a minute, maybe our star shouldn't look like a mush mouth, like right off the bat."
It was straight up weird. It was just weird.
So it wasn't bad. but it wasn't good. And which is almost worse than being bad. I was kind of shocked at how
someone says in the chat room, if they hadn't told you, you wouldn't have noticed that face. 100% incorrect.
No, 100% incorrect.
100%.
He doesn't look like a human being.
I didn't really know what I was looking for. I only had a vague idea. Listen, I don't read articles about this shit. Listen. That's for you, Ron. Nothing.
I heard it.
And I hadn't read anything about the movie. I didn't know anything about it. And I was like on the plane and I was like, well, I'm not going to pay for this at some point. I'm not going to buy it. This seems like the perfect opportunity to watch this movie. And I was just it was just there. I wasn't bored.
To me, it was very much like Rogue One to me, in that it was so clearly made by two different directors with two different sensibilities that it became this muddled mess of tone.
Well, the entertaining thing about me was watching it and thinking, why did you make that decision? What is happening here? And like, is that right? Like, everyone was annoying.
So
like
Josh wasn't on the show. I forgot. I didn't hear us talk about it. My main takeaway, I think, would surprise you, Josh, was that I actually wanted another 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, I remember you guys said that. And I was thinking about that. I think there was definitely something to that. I found myself like, I didn't understand why they went with Steppenwolf when I was like, so just do Darkseid.
Yeah. Well, because they want to lead into Darkseid. It's the same. They want to follow Marvel's.
They crashed. Yeah, but they crashed in like.
Of course, they did it badly. But the plan was to lead
Steppenwolf to lead to Darkseid because that's just the same thing.
Right.
And
it's
also
the same thing.
Also, I mean, as we talked about the show, I mean, in contrast to Ragnarok, in which they fully embraced the Kirby look and colors and feel of the design. This was just a muddled CG mess of browns and grays.
I mean, it just looked like one of their movies. And it was weird to go to after Wonder Woman because clearly they were like, we should put more of her in there. And again, she's the only thing, like, she's the only person who could pull it off. I don't understand Aquaman at all.
Yeah, agreed.
I
mean, the problem is that Aquaman is Jason Momoa.
Which is fine, but it wasn't like, I was like, well, why is that Aquaman?
Right. That's what I mean. Like,
and
Momoa didn't make Aquaman wasn't a character. The character was defined by the actor, not vice versa, which is a problem. And
then the parademons were basically the Chitauri.
Yep.
It was exactly the same thing. Batman, he was charming Affleck, but I was like, this doesn't seem like Batman. And maybe you could make an argument that he'd gotten super grizzled and now he's around people and he's happier or whatever, but I didn't really get Batman out of that. I feel like they actually did pretty good with Superman, relatively speaking. Well, compared to previous efforts.
I feel like that's
true.
Yeah. I feel like here's a fun game. I just feel like they blew it. Here's a fun game: Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, Justice League. Rank them.
You hurt my heart with each like a stab.
Oh, and let's throw Wonder Woman in there. To be fair, let's throw Wonder Woman in there, right? So we all agree that number one is Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. So what's number 2 in that grouping?
Probably Justice League.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3.
Batman
Superman. I go Suicide Squad.
Well, I haven't seen Suicide Squad. So.
Suicide Squad was. I mean, I at least had things I enjoyed about Batman v Superman. Suicide Squad.
Batman v
Superman. I enjoyed about.
I
enjoyed nothing on Suicide Squad.
It's so weird. The decisions they make are so weird. I still go back to the Suicide Squad with the big climactic moment where they've got to throw the thing at the villain, and instead of giving it to the guy whose power is to throw things, they give it to the crocodile.
It's not a good movie. There's nothing good about it.
You got the master of horror sitting here
telling you it's shit.
I just watched Wonder Woman this weekend with Amelia.
Like, was the Flash really annoying to you?
No, he was fine.
I mean, he was a little bit.
It was a little too much like Joss Whedon be like, I think I can cram in something here. And
he was a little much.
Also,
he was the least offensive. He was the least offensive.
He's not the Flash.
No, I agreed. The Flash
he wasn't any of those things. We know he runs fast. Yeah. He was Peter Parker. Like, everything was an also ran to something I'd already seen before. There was nothing original there, which is stupid because you've got these great things to work with, and they thought, no, let's just do what those other people did, but worse.
It just was bizarre. It reeked of, we have to get this movie out for this quarter, and this horrible tragedy happens. We have to save it. it was a bad idea to begin with. I mean,
I think they could have. Cyborg almost could have been compelling.
He wasn't though. He was just there.
Yeah,
Like I can't even imagine that guy trying to be the lead of a film. He had no charisma on the screen as Cyborg. And I'll say it again. I've said it before. The worst thing that could have happened with Warner Brothers was that Wonder Woman was a huge hit, because now they can't just scrap the whole universe and start over.
I think you still do. I think you scrap the whole universe, but you keep her.
yeah, just like they did with Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly like that.
I mean, that's Mike Roman and I were talking about it. That's what I would do. Is I would just you could even just say that movie's in this new universe, even if you want. I mean, if you want to, it just
who cares?
There's almost no digging out of this hole they've built themselves. Which
she's a treasure, by the we.
She's a GDAT, but she's Israeli.
Yeah, she's a GDIT. She's a GDIT.
I feel like we shouldn't say it. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, but she's fantastic. No, I watched Wonder Woman with my niece on Sunday, and she loved it. It was great.
It's been on HBO heavy rotation. So the other day, like I was getting ready for bed, and it was on, and turned it on. It was the boat scene, and I was like, "Well, I can't do this right now."
Yeah.
Well, the 2 in the morning.
The problem is that like it was funny because I was like, "Oh, she wanted to watch Wonder Woman." I'm like, "Sure, we'll watch it together." And we watched the Amazon, the Themyscira scene. Then we had to go somewhere else, and the whole World War I bit. Like I had my laptop and I was just working, and then they got to the World War I. I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch this. And then as soon as they finished up in that village and danced in the snow, I took out my laptop again. I'm like, I can just work through the rest of this because this is not the good part. Like the great part, like that World War I sequence is so good, and that's what it just should all be, you know. So.
Yeah, as we said, the only problem with Wonder Woman is it gets Snydery at the end, but.
Yeah, no, agreed. A rubble fight. I mean, that's my biggest complaint is that it falls apart at the end and turns into the standard superhero rubble fight, which I'm tired of.
Okay, so that's Justice League. Josh, ratings.
2.5.
Fair.
It's fair. Generous even.
Yeah.
Sticking with it. Should I buy you the Blu-ray for Christmas?
Nope.
Oh, well, we already did.
It's true. Shit. I got it 3 months ago.
All right, let's talk about Black Panther, the phenomenon that is Black Panther, over $1 billion worldwide. One of the most profitable films for Marvel, if not the most profitable film for Marvel, because all the actors were on low pay scales. They didn't have a lot of participation points. Josh?
I liked it a lot. I was kind of surprised. Well, because you go in, like, basically heading into it, apparently I was told it was the best movie ever made. And I thought, all right, you know, let's just see how it is. And then I believe I said I was afraid to not like it. God, I really enjoyed
it. What is it? Ennui of Josh's existence.
The movie playing in your head constantly.
No. I actually was really kind of surprised at how bold and radical the statements was to something that's sort of being, you know, marketed to all of America, because it was pretty, you know, Tommy Smith at the Olympics. I mean, it was not, it was, you know, it was chock full of Afrofuturism, and it was really interesting. And, you know, Chadwick Boseman, it was perfect. We've seen that before, but like he really got to lead the movie, and I thought he was great. I think that's the first movie that I've seen Lupita Nyong'o in that she wasn't doing the voice of a cartoon or, you know, being horribly abused as a slave. And I was like, she's awesome. Like I couldn't take my eyes off of her.
Whole cast is terrific.
Whole cast is great. Shuri was my favorite. His sister was fantastic, and M'Baku was great too. That guy is awesome. Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan was a fantastic villain who really, like, I mean, like, you've seen this with the people I've seen. I'm sure everybody's talked about this, but I don't ever read it. But like the Marvel villains can be a problem in the movies.
Yep.
And he had that gray area. We're like, yeah, he's wrong, but he's also really right about a lot of things. And that makes it interesting. That makes it, there's tension there. And also, you know, wow, that guy is built. I mean, it's just.
I was actually really disappointed that they killed him off.
Oh, there's spoilers in there.
Also,
seen it.
Andy Serkis was so much fun to watch.
Yes,
like, he's great. He's great.
he was great, and also he's got to be juicing because that's just
He
weird.
is too far along in his
How
life.
old is he now?
He's in his mid-50s.
Let's see.
Does the process.
Human growth hormone. Is that juicing?
Not Andy Serkis' Age of Ultron. Andy Serkis' age. He's 53 years old.
Yeah.
So,
Chadwick
according
Boseman's
to
our age.
my updated chart, Black Panther is the number 4th all-time comic book movie.
That's crazy.
What's
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3?
Avengers, Age of Ultron, Iron Man 3.
Wow.
I also think that says something that's really interesting about, like, we've got this.
And by the way, sorry, it's going to become 3 after next weekend because it's like right up the heels of Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
It's got an Iron Man 3 though is like it made a lot of money, but it's not like a memorable.
Well, that's the weird anomaly with these movies is that the sequels make more money than the originals than the first one. Like on every case, like it's amazing. So.
Well, because as they've come out, the market has changed. You know, originally it was mostly a North American market, and then you opened up the world. And by the time 3 came out, these were huge in China. So it was. I mean, Iron Man 3 made $800 million internationally.
That's crazy.
Only 400, only 400 domestically, whereas Black Panther made 600 domestically, which I think puts it at number 2 all time domestically for superhero films.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that is crazy. Avengers made 623.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
And I just I think it's really interesting that was a movie that pretty boldly put its politics where it was and its messages, both overt and subtle. And in our society, I think it was really fascinating that it was so successful.
Yeah, it's truly a great moment. And for those watching who don't know, I work for Marvel, so I'm not, but I'm speaking in terms of my opinion. Like I've seen it now 3 times in the theater, and like to see the reaction of everyone in the theater. Like I haven't been in a movie that has had such a positive reaction by everyone in the audience, all 3 showings, so. Yeah. And that's the thing is like my personal opinion of it. Like I liked it. I didn't think it was the best, the greatest movie of all time. I don't even think it's the greatest of the Marvel movies.
Winter Soldier's my favorite.
It worked. It just was very it was very very good.
Very, very.
Also,
very...
I mean, from my standpoint, if you're talking about a movie that, I mean, we've seen the superhero formula quite a bit now. And it was like, oh, okay, it's this, but it's different, and I can really get behind that because I want something different.
It was smaller, it was focused.
Yeah, but it didn't feel smaller.
No, but I mean, it wasn't like we have to save the world, even though that would have been the extrapolation to what was happening. It was more about let's save our country and our culture.
Yep.
It felt, there was a great James Bond sequence in the middle with the casino where they walked, they sauntered in, and then. I mean, it just felt, and plus, I mean, I think it shows you what happens when you have a legitimately visionary director.
Coogler is great. Coogler is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I love the tech. I love the way it looked. I love the way it was truly a different approach to tech, and and it just like I said, it all worked. The cast was just ridiculous. Across the Angela Bassett, everyone around them was just, fantastic. It just really worked. So, yeah.
Agreed.
Good flick.
Is there another? Do we have another topic? Someone's
topics.
I
thought Ron had a topic.
Ron has a topic.
Did I have a topic? What is it? I don't remember.
Well, originally when we were planning this, I mentioned the 2 films and the GDAT. You said we had another topic.
Yeah, I don't know. Clue.
Baseball?
Sure, baseball.
Talk about Ken Burns. I watched the whole thing.
Let's talk about Colin Jost.
And how long did you watch the whole thing?
Over 2 weekends.
And my other question.
Go on.
Did you watch your DVDs when it's streaming in HD on Amazon?
I don't even consider Amazon, it's like a thing, and it doesn't even enter my brain as an option.
No, I didn't say I had something else to say. I said I feel like we had something else, but nobody ever responded to that. So.
I just assumed you knew what you were talking about, so I
have no idea. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well,
New Gods. Did you want to talk about New Gods?
I mean, it's interesting. We know nothing beyond that at this point. I mean,
who is it? It was
Ava DuVernay.
Is that movie out yet? The Wrinkle in Time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It
Did
is
you
not
okay?
No.
Okay.
No, and it's getting mixed reviews. I haven't seen it yet. It sounds like it's a kids movie that people were expecting to be an adults movie, so adults were not happy with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks really good from the trailers.
See, I haven't read. I think I did read that book, but like 30 plus years ago, so I don't have any recollection about it. But I think I didn't get it at the time.
This is the movie that they could turn things around with the DC if they have, but they have to fully embrace Jack Kirby here.
Like Ragnarok?
If this is at all the muddled gray and brown mess that they've been doing, then it's over. But if they really go full on Kirby here, it's possible.
They have to.
They should not do current Mr. Miracle. They should not.
No.
Yeah. They have to move away from the Snyderverse thing, right?
You think? I mean, they fired everyone after Justice League, so
yeah.
I mean, it's weird that
boy, when you think you screwed up at work, you know, like you had a bad day at work, you lost an account, you did whatever. Just imagine being in charge of blowing that, all of it, just like over like a decade.
I was talking to somebody over last week about how strange it is for me to have a live action Justice League movie be out in the world and just not even care.
Yeah.
Like, just, I mean,
and not be alone.
No, it's just weird.
So why don't we talk about the chat room seems to be all zeroing in on something called Rampage.
Oh, this was the thing that came up.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. Josh,
people want me to. I can punt this for a while though because it's
you can't do it in the theater, right?
Yeah, so I mean I could, but I wouldn't think I'd make it to the movie.
They want you to live stream you're watching it.
Oh, man, it is about a big ape named George and The Rock. I'm looking forward to it.
Is it? But here's the thing. So for those who aren't aware of this, Josh has a bizarre affinity for disaster movies.
It's right on the edge.
Bonus points if it includes The Rock.
Sure.
Right.
Doesn't need to.
I think everything
right. Doesn't need to. I mean, 2020. What was it? Was it 2020? 2012. The gem. It was amazing. Cusack. But The Rock is added bonus points. But Josh also hates nostalgia. And Rampage is based on a video game from the 80s.
A, I don't hate nostalgia. And B, like, that doesn't feel like nostalgia. I don't feel like there's some clutch of like Rampage fans that are like, finally. They just, it's so stupid that it's appealing. It'd be like, we're making a game of Burger Time. And they'd be like, fine, let's see what you got.
I would go see that movie.
Exactly. That's where I am with this. John, I chose not to watch Geostorm on that plane because
you want to watch it on the TV.
No, I think it'll actually be so bad.
The last one of these that I watched was the one with The Rock and San Francisco. San Andreas.
Terrific.
And I got so mad during that movie at Josh.
Why?
Because I blamed you for it.
That you had to watch it?
Yes.
I don't believe I've ever forced my taste on you.
No, I know, but I watched it because you raved about it.
That movie's terrific.
I did not rave about it. I said I liked it. See, this is the difference between you and I. If I like something, I'm cool with that. I don't go, you didn't like that? That's what you do. You should go watch West Side Story right now. Look at her. She's magic.
I mean, Connor, back me up on that.
Terrific movie.
Did you hear about, did you see that thing I posted about Spielberg?
Yes. But I mean, people been talking about that for years.
Don't do it. Why does everyone have to do it? Why? Just leave well enough alone. Richard Bamer, for Christ's sake.
You didn't watch it in college, Josh? And I watched it in.
You didn't take music in the media with what's his name?
I never took that class.
Rothbard?
Yeah, music in the media. We watched it.
That's one class everybody watched. I didn't.
Leitmotifs. I
mean, I saw it as a kid, but we watched it also.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's a great. The opening sequence, Josh, is great just to see pre Robert Moses Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then there's going to be a lot of like.
Why didn't you take that class? It was once a week.
That was the best class. It was a Monday night for 2 hours, and we watched movies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was like,
I
let's be
about the
honest, that was
music.
like a third of our college experience.
I
though.
kind of did that anyway.
He did that in his room.
I would just go to Cornell Cinema and pick my own movie.
Did Ron, when you watch it, when you had that class, did the professor brag about seeing Slash play a small club in LA?
Probably, I don't remember, but it was same Professor Rothbard, right?
Yeah. Motherfucker.
I took a class called Rock and Roll with a professor named Stephen Brown who sounded exactly like Jack Nicholson, and he ruined the sound of music of a lot of things for me. He's like, "This sounds terrible," and then he explained why, and I was like, "He's right."
Julie Andrews movie?
No, the actual sound of recorded music.
Oh, he pointed out good recording and bad recording.
Yeah,
it's a good lesson.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was great. No, but it ruins everything.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Topics.
we're out of topics. Unless
Topics.
we want to talk baseball. It starts in. Where's my countdown clock?
I got a question for you because I don't
9
know
days, 15 hours, 50 minutes, 20
Can't
seconds.
come soon enough.
19
Now,
seconds.
I know that
18
there are
seconds.
Slack channels for things that I'm not involved with that go on
Yes.
during the day. What
Yes.
part of your day is spent talking about baseball?
Depends what's happening.
This is what's
right
going
now,
on.
Right now, there's not a lot happening.
It's not
Yeah.
this a constant furious.
No.
You can go look if you want.
It's fine.
If there's like a big trade that happens, there'll be more talk. If something breaks in the news, once the season starts, it'll be different. But right now, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
I talk about baseball more all day with Hank than Ron.
I'm also very busy.
Somebody's asking about Ready Player One.
I'm completely ambivalent towards that movie.
Yeah.
Hey, did you read the book, Connor?
Yeah, I think I read it first.
I will admit that. So I read. I think you read the book first. I was late to it.
You were bullish.
I was bullish on it, and then
The book is super fun, page turning. It's just not real well written, and the human relationships are completely unbelievable.
right, exactly. And then as the years have gone on, I've soured on the whole nostalgia thing and all that sort of stuff. But I will admit that my niece, who is 14 and getting into movies and stuff like that, I said you should read this before I take her to go see the movie because she loves Indiana Jones and Back to the Future and stuff like that. So like for her, it's kind of giving a guidebook of things to check out, which is fun. So.
I guess.
I mean, I have to admit, I did fly through it because it's a page turner.
I did too.
But if you
But the
think
whole
at
time
all
I
about
was
it falls apart.
The whole time though, I was like, this is not well written. Like
No.
I could tell, but I was still, it was like, I don't know, it was like eating junky food. I'm like, I'm not gonna feel good when this is done, but
I just
I'm enjoying this right now.
I mean, I just remember reading it, and then when it gets to the end, when he meets the girl, you're just like, wow, this is like someone who's never been in this situation before. It just feels completely inauthentic.
I don't even. You said that. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't think I noticed it one way or another. I thought, oh, this is really. I thought, oh, this is gonna trick people into thinking it's quality, and I think that annoyed me.
Right. I will admit that with every trailer I see of the movie, I dislike it a little more.
Well, so that's the question. Like, and I haven't watched a ton of the trailers, but it is intriguing to me the idea of how it will be produced with a director like Steven Spielberg.
Well, they're changing. I mean, it's the book's all about these really esoteric '80s video games, and that's not what the movie's. I mean, they've completely changed.
Yeah. Yeah. But also the shots in the trailer just look gray and murky and like too much going on. Like maybe I'm getting old. I don't know. It's just like they show these like ridiculous battle, and I'm like, I don't see what's going on. Like, yes, the DeLorean's in there. If I press pause or go to some dumb website that tells me the 18 things I missed in the trailer, right? Like I actually want to see the stuff on the screen.
You know what website too?
Yeah.
I don't dislike it. I just am ambivalent. It's weird. Like I don't feel any burning desire to go see it. If a bunch of people were going, I had nothing to do. I would go.
I mean, I'm going open a weekend because a friend of mine is really excited and wants to see it, so we're gonna go and the thing. But like Carrie already opted out.
I'm more curious to see it as a Spielberg film than as a.
That's what I definitely think that. You know what I'm excited to see?
What?
The next Jurassic World.
Oh, it looks so bad.
Didn't you hate the last one?
It looks so bad.
Didn't you hate the last one?
I did until I watched it 40 times with my kids, and then I kind of like went away the other way on it.
Stockholm Syndrome, do you?
Yeah, it's like it's not good, but like I get it. I think I see what they were going for, and I find Chris Pratt charming.
I find Chris Pratt was the highlight of the Avengers trailer this week or last
I
week.
didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
I don't know. Like if I accept the fact that it's not that it's quite silly, then I think that there's no reason to be upset about it.
That's fine.
And I think I've watched them all. Like, you know, Jurassic Park 3 was completely unmemorable.
Yes.
At least Jurassic World.
I don't even remember the sequel.
Oh, I remember them all.
Lost World-
William H.
Lost World
Macy and
wasn't
Tia
great.
Leone. Oh,
I mean, great casts.
Was that the one with Vince Vaughn? The second
no, that was
one?
two. That was two.
Yeah, two.
Yeah, that's what I mean, too. I don't remember anything about.
Vince Vaughn and Julianne Moore and Jeff Goldblum, right?
Schiff.
And Richard Schiff, and then 3 brought back Sam Neill, William H. Macy, Tia Leone, and that was not. It was not good.
All you need is the first one. I mean, there's just been no diminishing returns.
There's a thing about Jurassic World that I didn't hate. When I watched it, I hated it. And then later I watched it a bunch more times and I was like, I get it. It's stupid.
I enjoyed it in the theater. I mean, I enjoyed it in the theater. I realized about 20 minutes in that they were just remaking the first movie. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Instead of a red logo, it's blue. Awesome. And I just went with it. It was fine. You know what I saw this weekend, which you should run, not walk to the theater, but the Death of Stalin was delightful. Josh, you will love it.
I'm sure I will. I have no doubt in my mind, but I don't know when I'll get to see that.
Oh, so
can we get back to the point earlier where Ron said he was over nostalgia?
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
Whoa.
Let's run down the concert tickets you're currently holding.
All right, which ones?
Anybody from this year?
I'll do that. Hang on a second. I'll play that game. You know what we recently did on my Android show? We went through the Google on Android phones as a news feed, and we read what was on everyone's news feed. That was very enlightening. I'm all about opening the kimono to the audience. All right,
I want to see that.
I have the next show I'm going to is March 30th. I'm seeing Dag Nasty, which is from
nothing.
Then I also got Hot Snakes tickets for June, but they just put out a record. And Ted Leo tickets in June, and he just put out a record. Except I'm going to the.
Did he? Josh doesn't have it.
I wouldn't know.
Listen. I just bought Shelter tickets.
I don't even know what that is, but
a Krishna core band from the early '90s.
What?
Really good though. Really good. So.
All right.
Fair enough. I've been listening to some new music though. Josh, you might actually like some of the stuff I've been listening to. I'll send you links.
I have tickets. I have tickets to Glenn Hansard on Friday.
Oh, nice!
I saw him once in San Francisco years ago.
Yeah.
He's
do
a good
that song for the beginning of the movie.
All right,
we're out of here.
No, Josh.
At your shows,
what?
At your shows, do drunken New Englanders yell at the stage?
I'm not drunk.
Well,
no, but are there?
You're playing.
Oh no,
you're playing. Do you get heckled by drunken New Englanders?
I have, yes, absolutely. My short career.
It's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Josh, I was listening to a band called Exit Order and another band called Crust with a K that you would like, I think. Both of them. No, but it's like punk stuff,
okay.
You know. So.
All right, so since we were a little bit late, we'll go about
we can
5
go
or 10 over. So it gives about 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes. Ron, as a Marvel employee,
yes,
maybe you can tell me the answer to this question.
Or I'm going to guess I can't, but I'll give it a shot.
Is there a point in the new season of Jessica Jones when the story starts?
The other day I saw somebody
because I'm 6 or 7 through. I'm still waiting.
Somebody was like, the last 2 episodes of this season were great. And I was like, too high of a price, dude.
Yep. I will be honest, I haven't actually started watching Jessica yet.
I'm really bummed because the first season of that was probably my second favorite season they've done of all the shows.
Yeah.
Terrific season. And then I told you guys, I watched the first 4, I guess the weekend it came out, and I was hammered by the end because I was so bored. I'm
pretty sure it's she's angry.
There's a lot of searching for medical records. It's just not that compelling.
David Tennant's not in it. There's your problem right there.
That's true. Neither is Mike Coulter.
Oh, there's your problem. Mike Coulter needs to be in everything.
So does David Tennant's Purple Man. He should be in everything.
So it's just been.
See, Annabella Sciorra is going to be in the new Luke Cage.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I have to be careful because I have to remember what is out and what isn't out.
Are you going to watch Krypton this week?
I might not watch it this week. I will give it a shot maybe this weekend. But
I listen. Show?
Krypton on Sci-Fi.
On Sci-Fi
about Superman's grandfather.
Listen,
God.
I am one episode away from finishing The Good Fight season 1, and that's all I was planning on doing tonight.
What is that? I've heard you've been talking about it a lot lately, and I've never heard of it before that.
Spin-off of The Good Wife.
Really?
Just without the main characters.
They finished The Good Wife, and Juliana Margulies went away, and they just kept doing the show with the rest of the characters.
So it's ER.
Kind of.
It's a new law firm. It'd be like ER if one of the main doctors went to a different hospital and took 3 of the characters with him from the hospital.
Yeah.
Private practice.
Kind of. Private practice and Grey's Anatomy, kind of.
It's funny because I walk downstairs and sometimes Lindsay will be watching Grey's Anatomy, and I've been watching ER, and I'll just like, I don't even know how you do this. This is terrible.
Listen,
like, just the lighting alone is terrible.
Listen, I every week I watch Grey's Anatomy, and it has been 14 seasons of that show. Are
they just trying to beat their? Is this like Bendis trying to get to the Stan and Jack record on Fantastic Four? They're going to stop at this point.
I think at this point it is.
It's also still shockingly popular, and it's just a cash cow for everyone involved.
Sure, which is
rare. But Ron, The Good Fight is terrific. Last night's episode was really good.
I know. I'm excited to dive into season 2 next. I'm just so mad because I have the CBS. So Josh, you haven't heard about it because it's only on CBS All Access, which is their DTC, right? They
can't be making enough money from that.
So I got it for The Good Fight. I never watched The Good Fight, and then Star Trek came around, so I watched Star Trek, and now I'm like, well, I'm paying for this. I should just watch The Good Fight. So we dove in, and Carrie liked it, and so and then here we are. So
it's all, I've had it the entire time because Star Trek led back into The Good Fight, and
Yep.
Plus, you can they got everything on there that CBS ever aired, basically.
Yeah. It's really
it's just Connor's just jonesing on The Equalizer over and over again.
Don't think I wouldn't.
I don't. That
or
wasn't a joke.
For hire.
Well, my favorite thing about The Good Fight, as I share with you guys, is the fact that so I live in an area where they film a lot of TV. Like there was just signs up saying that they're filming Law and Order SVU tomorrow. Kimmy Schmidt was here filming the other day. A lot of the Marvel shows film around here. But I was watching The Good Fight, and literally every we were watching an episode last night, and we're like, yep. There's the pizza place, and there's that apartment building right across the street from it. Like
that would happen in Astoria all the time.
Yeah.
I was watching Bridge of Spies, like the whole first act. I was like, it's my neighborhood.
Yeah,
and that would happen constantly. All of a lot of stuff is shot over in that park too.
Well, my favorite one was I think like in episode 2 or 3, there was a scene in a park, and there's a guy being running away from the feds, and literally if they had moved the camera like an inch to the left, you'd see a very large gantry that had Long Island painted on the side of it. And the show takes place in Chicago. And it's just like, wow, they came really close to showing you the Long Island gantries.
The Long Island section of Chicago.
They managed to not show the East River?
No, the East River's to their back all the time.
Right, okay,
yeah. No.
It's a good show.
Funny how much that area of New York does not look like Chicago.
Yeah, true.
At all.
But great show. I can't recommend that show enough. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And we're 3 months away from The Expanse coming back, Connor?
No, not even 3 months.
June, right? Connor's got a big board with premiere dates.
It's April. It's April 11th.
He's looking at his calendar. He does.
It wasn't even a joke. I couldn't tell you the name of any show on.
Here we go. Look at Connor's calendar.
April 11th.
What is Suicide Squad on the 10th? You can't hear me. Why is Suicide Squad coming out on April 10th?
That's an animated film for the Brain Trust.
Oh, right.
I also have work stuff on there too, but I keep iFanboy stuff there as well.
Yeah, why not?
There's just too much going on. I have to keep it.
So The Expanse is April. Man, I got to fold that into it too. Jeez.
Yeah, and then then it gets weird. Cloak and Dagger in June.
Then it gets weird.
Cloak and Dagger and Luke Cage are June.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my calendar.
I have watched the show Atlanta, and I really enjoyed it.
This season's been. The season 2 started last couple weeks ago. It's been interesting.
Are they on Hulu yet? I'm not watching anything until I'm done with ER, so it doesn't really matter.
How much more to go?
I'm midway through season 9, so 6.5 seasons.
Oh man.
He'll be done Friday.
I only watched one today because I decided to listen to records instead, and then I kept getting called out of the house for stuff.
More tires.
No, the tires were in the morning, and then wrist.
Just go buy some opioids.
Do we want to
Wow.
do
Actually, the afternoon problem was because the president had landed here and he shut down the highway, so my wife couldn't get home to pick up the kids in time. So he directly screwed me over.
Yeah, that happened with our buddy Hank's girlfriend. She was working in the middle of the closed off area where he was staying in the hotel downtown, so she didn't know how she'd get to work.
I think that used to happen a lot, like in New York with Obama, but we didn't drive there, so it didn't matter.
True. What were you gonna say? What was somebody gonna say?
No, nothing.
ERN 15 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was so So Grey's Anatomy's 2 away from breaking that.
331 episodes.
I was so sad when that ended.
What's great though is that like I'm now past the point when I remember most of it. Like the first half of it, like right up until that one character goes, it's all pretty memorable. Like you're waiting for those moments. And now I don't remember anything. Like when a person shows, I'm like, oh right, that person was on here. And
yeah, I randomly turned on Pop, which has the ER reruns, and it was Stanley Tucci. I was like, oh right, he was.
I just saw the 3-episode thing where Don Cheadle is a doctor with Parkinson's, and I had no recollection of it at all.
I remember that. That was fantastic.
I want to listen to him talk forever. So.
Similar topic. We were watching The Good Fight, and Carrie couldn't believe all the guest stars. I was like, yeah, no, this show has the best casting, booking agent I've ever, so many great guest stars.
That's what's fun about watching like stuff from the late 90s, early 2000s is that like the people who were the sort of walk-on people, the ones who became big stars afterwards. I love that.
I'm going back to the Tom Everett Scott thing, and it must have been La La Land.
It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been.
That's the only thing he's been in. I'm like, I've been sitting here Googling this entire time. He hasn't been in anything else.
No, I wouldn't have felt bad for him there because he had a nice little cameo there.
No, but I remember seeing going, hey, it's Tom Everett Scott. Like,
yeah, but like,
I gotta dig into this. You didn't see Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul or the Last Word.
I swear it was a TV show.
Or Vanished, Left Behind, Next Generation.
Maybe I did.
All one word.
So, by the way, ER, impressive, but no Gunsmoke at 635 episodes.
Wow.
Did you do that daily?
I think it ran for 20 years.
Wow.
It's La La Land. That's it.
I don't think it was.
No, it really is. And what's scary is that a year passed and you feel like it was recently. That's the scary thing, my friend.
And not unusual.
I really don't think it was. I think
that's the only one. How the data doesn't lie.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I think it was a Hallmark Christmas movie.
No, it wasn't. Christmas Connection?
Yes.
Christmas Connection, 2017. All right,
yes.
There it is.
That was it. That was it. I was like, oh, man, he got a Hallmark Christmas movie. Oh. That's right.
Oh, gosh.
That was it. He was good in it. All right, so we'll do another 5 minutes.
Oh, Paul was asking about the G.I. Joe draft. We need to do that next time I come back.
Oh, shit.
From the Star Wars draft. We needed to do the G.I. Joe draft.
Wow.
All right, we can do that. Your crack platoon team.
I feel like I would need to study and or have like a list.
Sure, you can have a list. No one's going to do it by memory.
You always go into a fantasy draft with research, Josh. You never go in, like with no plan. You need a strategy.
That's kind of my thing.
Let's just play off the top of your head. First pick.
Snake Eyes.
Okay, Josh, Connor.
Wait. What's the purpose of the team?
You're building a platoon.
Snake Eyes.
Okay.
Stalker.
Oh, Zartan.
Zartan.
Why not?
Eisenhower. You know what that joke is? That's a Married with Children joke.
Okay, so
can we pick Cobra too or no?
Well, let's not do this right now. I want to be able to do some research.
You gotta wait a month for this?
Josh, besides Fractions Hawkeye, are there any good Hawkeye stories?
No, I don't know.
West Coast Avengers.
First thing that came to mind is Kurt Busiek wrote a great Hawkeye in the Thunderbolts when he joined and led the team for a while. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was very good. That was very, very good.
Yeah, West Coast Avengers, that whole run with John Byrne. I don't know. Like a lot of it's just sort of a vague memory of having him show up in Avengers and West Coast Avengers books that I'd read when I was a kid.
but also in Avengers.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what those were at this point.
Ron, they want to know if you ever found out about the closet. Is it in the archives?
Vault? I keep just opening doors and looking, and come up empty.
It was a hearing. It was an HR hearing where like, we need you to lay off this closet thing. But I quiet now.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. We're at the 10-minute over mark.
All right. Sorry I was late, guys. Sorry I made you wait, Connor. I seriously thought we did this at 9:30. My apologies.
No, you're not wrong. It slides. Sometimes it's 9:30. Sometimes it's 8:30. I don't know why the difference is. I
just blindly accept the meeting invite and don't look.
I don't even.
I'm starting to sweat. I was like, oh no,
that'd be great.
Did something happen on the East Coast?
Oh God, that's where he goes. I didn't see a link about this. What's going on?
Was there a nuke? Here's a good question. If there's a nuke on the East Coast, do I still do the Hangout?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, it's really what we'd want. Right? Josh would have wanted it this way.
Push through.
I would have just loved that you're just like, you're either like your eyes are all glassy and you're just like,
it's just staring at me.
Somebody's like, and he's just like, then someone's like, so where should I start with Green Lantern? I don't know.
And then like,
my friends and family are dead. Fuck you and your Green Lantern.
But could you rank the DC shows? No. Why would I do that? It's all so stupid.
Topics.
Which was literally been my answer on a normal week.
Topics.
Well,
if we got nothing else out of this show, it's topics.
Yeah, that's what we got. Topics, and the Netflix bit worked a lot better on our own.
It's still funny.
It's still funny. Listen, everyone's got a Netflix, so
I'm guessing most of the folks in the chat, you guys got your Netflix deals going through.
Everyone's got a development deal.
Mike Giorgio, you got a 1-hour stand-up. Bryce, you're working on a 3-part documentary series. Jimmy Dunn's exploring.
The amount of content they want to put out is 13 and a half new shows a week.
That's crazy.
That's what it works out to.
Crazy.
There's literally not enough time a day.
It literally is at the point where I've given up. Like
we got picked up for 2 seasons already.
Yeah, it's just insane.
All right,
Jimmy got picked up for 2 seasons.
Nice.
All right, I got a Blu-ray player recently, and there's actually literally a Netflix button on it.
I have that on my TV.
I have that same remote. Do you have? Is it the little Blu-ray player?
The little Sony one.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah,
I need a new one.
Yeah, it was like $40.
Yeah. And it's a really great player.
Yeah.
People asking about the shirt. I think you can guess what it is. And
one's coming. It's coming. I locked in a designer, guys.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Until next month.
Bye.
Stay on topic.
We'll
reveal it next month when we have the design. We don't have the design yet.
Topics. We need a